Life is so fragile that we can fade at any time. It has been a year since we started this pandemic, a year to surviving to something that we never imagined. Every time you go outside, what is the first thing you bring with you? Are you wearing your mask properly? Every time I go outside, I always have with me a bottle of hand sanitizer and my mask on. COVID 19 has taken 273,000 American lives. As individuals, we have the power in our hands to start acting and stop this. First, I would like to talk about how the cases of COVID 19 are drastically increasing. Then, I would like to elaborate on the main reasons why this pandemic is still on. And last, I would like to share some ways for us to contribute decreasing the cases. First, I would like to talk about how the cases of COVID 19 are drastically increasing. Every day, people who were next to us are quickly fading away and are not with us anymore. At this moment, you're hearing me talk. You might probably be positive for COVID 19 and you don't even know. In an article by Desert News 2020, Herbert Scribner shares that the CDC and others are estimating that more than 50% of infections are being transmitted by asymptomatic people. The fact that you don't feel any symptoms doesn't mean that you have the freedom to do whatever you want. Every day, more and more cases of COVID 19 show up. I can assure you that at this point, you know at least one person who had the virus. According to Tom Tapp's 2020 article by Deadline, 7,593 cases of COVID 19 were confirmed by the LA Public Health on December 1st, 2020. I had the first hand experience, and let me tell you, it's not a joke. Now that you know how the virus is spreading so fast, I would like to talk about why we are still on this pandemic. We, as civilized society, can stop the virus and move on. However, it's too hard to do so. Believe it or not, there is a ton of people who don't believe that the virus is real. In an article by Pew Research Center 2020, Catherine Schaefer explains that a quarter of the US adult population believes that this might be a conspiracy theory. About a couple of weeks ago, I went to take the test for COVID 19 at a walk in place. And there was a lady passing by, and she said, "The virus is a huge lie." I immediately thought, for people like her, there are millions who are dying every day. Something I see pointless is people using their mask improperly. Anywhere you go, you will see people who are using their mask as an ornament. According to Nicole Lynn's 2020 article by MarketWatch, the nose is the dominant initial site from where lung infections happen. Some people still don't understand that the usage of a mask show respect that you have towards others, not only to yourself. Now that you know why we still haven't got to end this pandemic, I want to tell you that there are ways for you to contribute. We're finally approaching to the end of this tunnel, but there are certain things that we must do. There is a possible vaccine coming by the end of this year, but we need to have trust. According to an article by BBC News 2020, James Gallagher said that on December 2nd, 2020, the United Kingdom became the first country to approve the vaccine widespread use. After the vaccine is also approved by the CDC, don't think twice and get vaccinated as soon as possible so that we can finally move on. Avoid contact with seniors as much as you can because they're an easy target for this pandemic. Wear properly a mask at all times, even if you know that you might not be sick. Now that you know how to contribute to this pandemic, I want to end my speech. First, we talked about how the cases of COVID-19 are drastically increasing. Then we discussed the main reasons why this pandemic is still on. And last, I shared some ways to contribute to decreasing the cases. COVID-19 has taken 273,000 American lives. As individuals, we have the power in our hands to start acting and stop this. A mask is worth 1,000 lives.